Hello folks, Fuzz here and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Many of you that know my channel will know that I am a huge fan of this game. So there has been a brand new DLC released just today, the 4th of June 2019, and I am very excited to get into it and see what this is all about. And I do have to thank Frontier for sending me a code so that I could access this, but you can purchase it for yourself if you want to. I believe it's £12.99 currently on Steam, and whatever the respective amount would be in other currencies. And as you can see, there's a ghost about. Yes, this new DLC is all focused on the Ghostbusters, and the original Ghostbusters as well, from the 80s, not the horrendous whatever it was that was released a couple of years ago that we don't talk about. This is the proper Ghostbusters, and this expansion, this DLC, whatever you want to call it, comes with a whole host of new content, new levels, new rides, new scenery, new entertainers, just pretty much new everything. If there's something that was in this game, chances are there's a new form of it with this DLC. So first of all, we're going to go ahead. Oh yes, and new music as well. Who you going to call? Okay, so we're going to start with the scenario here, and we'll talk a little bit about the DLC then as we actually get into the level. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, please don't forget to support the video by leaving a like. Let's get started. Bam, bada, bam, 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 bam. Who you gonna call? Chapter 1. Okay then guys, so we're about to get started here, and after I click continue there's going to be a little bit of dialogue, so I'll try not to speak over that. One of the exciting things about the Ghostbusters DLC is that Frontier have actually managed to persuade Dan Aykroyd and William Atherton to voice over the two original characters from the original movie. Of Ray Stanz and Walter Peck respectively, so those original actors are back to voice the characters here, and as I say, it's going to be quite a bit of dialogue, and we'll take a look around the park here as we go through that. And there he is, little Slimer. So yes, you do get real ghosts in this DLC that will like to scare the guests, and you basically have to capture them. It's a kind of new management feature that you have to take care of, along with everything else as well, of course.
To have seen a ghost, have they? Well, let me put that concern to rest right now. You see, there are no such things as ghosts. My name is Special Agent Walter Peck, and I'm the authority in charge of this investigation. Be assured the full weight and power of the EPA are now on the case.
I'd expect nothing less.
The Ghostbusters are already here.
Ray Stanz, you and your fellow hoaxsters should be doing dinner theater somewhere and butting out of where you don't belong.
We're following up on an anonymous tip, Peck. Obviously, we could bury the hatchet and work together on this. Ghostbusters and EPA working hand in hand?
Really?
Of course not.
I'm on to you, Stanz. And when the time comes for you and the rest of your so-called Ghostbusters, I drop the hammer.
I hope it's not on your foot.
Oh, this is awesome. So we actually get a new biome, I think they're calling them. A new landscape. So this is an actual city landscape with roads and all sorts.
Ghostbusters who are on the scene. Ready to believe you and ready to help. That means your specters, spooks, and spirits problems are now in the hands of professionals. My understanding is that you may have run into a little friend of ours we call Slimer. Well, let me reassure you that he's relatively harmless for a Class 5 full roaming vapor, which is to say he can bring down your whole operation if we don't get him under control. Oh, sorry, I realized. I haven't introduced myself. Really, I mean, I shouldn't have to, seeing as you must know the Ghostbusters, but just in case, I'm Ray Stanz, PhD, a doctor of parapsychology with a minor in metallurgy. I'm an expert in paranormal history and have traveled extensively, both in this plane of existence and others. I'm also a non-transient corporeal entity of the state, county, and city of New York. That includes the 5 boroughs, of course. And most importantly for you in this particular situation, I've been dealing with ghosts and other ectoplasmic-generated phantasms for years as a founding member of the Ghostbusters. All this is to say that you now have the best, correction, the only experts with the knowledge and experience to help you deal with your potentially possessed theme park. And if I might say personally, I can't wait to get started. This is going to be great.
Yeah, there's definitely some inspiration here, isn't there, from Frontier's other release, which is Jurassic World Evolution. The way we've got the voice acting dialogue coming up over the park here. And we've got our objectives showing up now as well. Our first stage objectives.
Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man, the form of the Destructor. So, let's put that misunderstood sailor in the park, and don't worry about that other stuff. Based on our extensive, and I do mean extensive research on interdimensional gods, admittedly after the fact, I don't believe sentient, angry, and grotesquely oversized marshmallow men can ever happen again.
It better not.
Of course not.
Because last time your elaborate prank left me covered in melted marshmallow.
Now that I can hope for.
Right, so the first thing we're going to do here, because we are going to need money, this is not a sandbox, of course, this is an actual scenario, is actually make sure we're making money. So we're going to throw a fee onto the entrance price here. I'm not sure exactly what a good fee to start with would be. Maybe 30 for the adults and 25 for the kids here. And we'll just make sure that people are willing to pay that. If we speed things up a touch. So our first stage objectives here are to research the Stay Puft brand. We need to employ a Stay Puft entertainer and build 2 rides. So of course the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was one of the main antagonists of the original Ghostbusters, and we have, well, the Ghostbusters I should say, have Ray to thank for the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, as he was the one that basically created him as thinking about it in his mind, which he probably shouldn't have done, but of course he's become quite an iconic character by this point. So yeah, it looks like people are willing to pay. Looks like the money is coming in.
Office was an anonymous tip, which doesn't bode well when it comes to tying that to a paying client. Venkman and Egon said this was a fool's errand. Well, Venkman did anyway, but do what you love, and the money will find you is my motto. So here's how I see this working. Just like any elimination job, it's not just what you see, but what's hiding in the woodwork that matters. I suspect there's a lot more ghost activity happening here than what we have on the surface. So what we'll need to do is lure them out into the open, where the Ghostbusters patented, almost licensed by the City of New York particle thrower can be most effective. I'll provide you with guidance for all things Ghostbusters for this themed area of your park. I'll make suggestions and requests that should make this section of the park more enticing to the spirit world. Talk about scary rides, right? If your park is haunted, we'll know soon enough.
Okay, so we'll start researching the brand that we're told to as part of the objectives there. Now, there is actually already one ride in place here, but you can't make any changes to it. This is the Ghostbusters Ride. So this is locked for this particular scenario. Now, of course, you can recreate this ride or plonk it in another theme park, in a sandbox park, for example. Or, you know, make your own variation of it. It's a pretty cool dark ride. We'll take a look at it in a moment. But for the sake of this particular scenario, we can't make any changes to it, including changing the entrance price. But as you could see, we could change the entrance price to the park itself. So that's pretty much how we're going to be making our money, I would say, during this scenario. We'll just keep bumping that price up each time we plonk a new ride down, but keep the actual entrance cost for rides free of charge. That's my initial plan anyway. Whether it'll work out or not, I guess we'll find out as time goes on. Okay, so we also need, I believe, to build 2 rides. So is that any 2 rides? I guess so. We'll need a Stay Puft entertainer, although that might be tied to the Stay Puft brand. So it's very possible that that isn't going to be possible, in fact, to build just yet. Let's just have a brief look, though. If we head over to entertainers, yep, we can see there is no entertainer in terms of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as of yet. So perhaps we'll focus on building the rides first. Let's see what space we have to work with. Oh, we got tons of space, which I'm guessing is going to be coming in quite useful later on. I love the way this city, this town, New York is it, has been designed here in the level. So we've got these facades for buildings set up pretty much like you'd expect to see in Disneyland or in any, you know, modern day theme park, where you have various scenery items and buildings and walls, but of course it's all facades, they're not actually real. So here in Planet Coaster you do get to see the inner workings of it all, and we can go ahead now and just take a brief look at the ride, and then we'll get started, shall we, with the actual objectives themselves. And while we're on the ride, hopefully we'll make a little bit of money as well. So it's called the Ghostbusters Experience. Yes, let's take a look at this. The Ghostbusters logo. Yeah, we'll sit next to this person. And we actually get to shoot things. Well, we don't, but the peeps do. One of the fantastic aspects of Planet Coaster, in my view, is just how like the real world you can make the rides in this game. It's really the first theme park sim, isn't it? That you can actually create a theme park that feels like a real life theme park. And the dark rides are superb. Be interested to know if there is a way that you can take control of some of the rides here in terms of the shooting. I did actually hear something or read something about a high score leaderboard being available. So perhaps it makes sense that even if it's not this ride here, there is some way of, you know, competing yourself as the player with the various mechanics that we can see. But like I say, it doesn't really appear to be anything right now. There it is. Ecto 1. By the way, I believe some of the mechanics from Jurassic World Evolution, where you can control the Jeep in that game, have actually been brought across. I could be wrong, I haven't tested it myself, but if I understood the patch notes correctly, you can actually drive around in the car itself. So that'd be pretty fun. Another way to experience the park, for sure. I guess we're going to have to get rid of Slimer as well, because he was flying all over the place outside, wasn't he? Scaring the guests, bless him. By the way, the fact that you can get actual ghosts in your park, I mentioned earlier, as an alternate means of park management, isn't simply limited to the scenario levels, or even to any of the Ghostbuster levels, but it can occur in any of your theme parks. So whether there's a way to disable that feature or not, I'm not sure. But there usually is, isn't there? So this is the scene, of course, from the original Ghostbusters movie, the end, where they face off against Gozer, and where Ray himself conjures up the Marshmallow Man. Yeah, it's not a lot happening in this scene. Let's move on. Frozen in time. It's making me want to watch the movie now. It's been a while since I've seen it, I've got to say. Oh, that's an awesome creation there. That's an awesome scene. Everything's looking a little static. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be any movement or not. But there was in the earlier scene, wasn't there? Maybe our ride vehicle has just approached us at the wrong time. Yeah, so this ride's a good example as to some of the things you're going to be able to create using this DLC. There is also a new roller coaster, of course. It's not all going to be about the dark rides, especially since I suck at making the dark rides myself. I'll just download everybody else's creations off Steam, off the workshop. I just have no imagination for this type of thing. Creating roller coasters is something I'm not too shabby at, but when it comes to actually theming them, yeah, I'm not the expert at that by any stretch of the imagination. Right, so let's go ahead. We've got $15,000 now. Journey through the Ghostbusters experience has given us a little bit of time to go ahead and get a little bit of doshing. So if we head over to rides at this point, let's just take a look to see what we've got available in terms of rides, flat rides. Not a whole lot right now. Wild Blue, Whirly Rig, the Carousel, the Aeronauts, and the Psychola. We've got to build two, so it doesn't really matter, I would think, which two we go for. What would be good for New York City, do you think? Maybe Psychola. And we've got plenty of room, as I say. Perhaps we can keep it... Let's keep it here, shall we? So that when people exit the transport, they can have the thrills beginning right at the get-go. And let's go ahead and place an entrance and the all-important exit. We'll go ahead and get this thing testing. And hopefully this will mark off on the objective that we have built a ride, since it doesn't say any particular rides need to be built, does it? Let's just go for the standard queue. Where are we? Yeah, let's have a curb. Have a bit of a windy path, and then we can put a little bit of theming around it to keep people happy. There we go. But first of all, let's get this thing open. And make sure it's not charging people. It is. I don't think we should be doing that, since we're getting getting money in for the park entrance. But we could probably knock the price up a little bit now that we've gone ahead and added that ride in. Let's go for $32 and $26 respectively there. And research projects ready to be revealed. Fantastic stuff. Let's go ahead to research here. And reveal research. Hey! The Stay Puft brand. So we can see, yep, we've completed the first objective. We've got to build one more ride and employ the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So let's go ahead, shall we, and see if we can do that now that we've gone ahead and researched the brand. Yes, we can. And let's keep him localised to the ride itself. Right, let's go ahead briefly and set his path. If I can remember how to do that. It's been a while. We should be able to set a path for him, but I can't remember how. It's probably work roster. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll do. One ride, assigned to 0 staff members. Can we rename it? Yep, we'll call it the Ghostbusters Ride. And where's he gone? We need to actually assign it to him now. Okay, right, he should be going back to it. Let's just take a look at him, shall we? Oh, I love it. Very good. Right then, so he'll keep our guests happy, but more importantly even than that is the fact that we'll be able to complete the objective, which we have done. So now we just need to stick one more ride in. And that should complete the first stage of the Ghostbusters Park. We could also begin some new research actually before we do that, since we do only have a limited amount of rides at the moment. We could go for coasters. Have we got any roller coasters? Maybe we could build one. Yeah, oh, I was hoping we'd have the new Ghostbusters roller coaster. I guess we need to research it first, don't we? Go on then, we'll do that. Wow. Dangling Delights, probably not one I want to build. Let's leave that for now. It's just going to cost a lot of money. Yeah, let's go for a thrill ride. Absolutely terrifying. Okay, we'll see what we get. Yeah, couldn't really afford to spend $1,000 Planet Coaster money a month. $1,000 a month. Although we have got 23k now. I didn't realise it is building up quite a lot. Let's head over to scenery briefly. And just plonk some good stuff around. Actually, we'll leave that for now. We'll save our money. We will do scenery, or I'll do it after the video. And then show it you next time. What else should we build? Something for the kiddies, maybe. Venetian Carousel. Maybe we could have this by the park entrance. Have some nice music playing. Lure them into a false sense of security. our guests. We'll scrap that idea, actually. There's no easy place to find to plonk it, so we'll put it here. Entrance and exit, of course. Start testing. Make sure that people aren't going to get ripped off. I'm nice like that. Yep. And, of course, the good old queue. Make sure there's enough room as well. For the path to come around, which there is.
Which means you should be able to handle the extra attention this park is about to receive with some of the modifications we're going to be making. Oh boy, if they think they're afraid now, just wait. This is awesome. We're going to run a theme park with spirit and spirits.
Okay, so now we get to move on to stage 2.
Sure, seeing a ghost can make some people, well, most people uneasy. And it's cost your park some of its workforce, so you need to get staffing.
And remember, Buster, I'm watching your every move.
That's Ghostbuster, Buster.
Right, okay, so staff then, we're going to need to get some janitors in place. And we're going to have to train them up so that they can catch the ghosts. Or, yeah. Okay, so I don't know if janitors catch ghosts. What is it that the objective says? Because we do actually need the Ghostbusters to do that. Employ 7 staff, train 2 janitors to capable. Okay, so we're just training them. But I don't think they actually do anything in terms of the ghosts themselves. So we'll plonk 2 of those in. Okay, we can't train them yet. But in a few days we'll be able to. And then we'll complete the first objective there. And then the other objectives are to hire 2 more staff. We're probably going to need a mechanic. Because rides do like to break down, don't they? So we'll stick a mechanic in. And anything else? Maybe another
So Stanz claims you didn't call
Marshmallow Man that's not
now,
localized.
While that would normally work in your favor, I'm going to ignore that fact because I need him to sweat a little. That means you will as well. Therefore, all EPA regulations are hereby in effect. I'm imposing fees for our presence, which you will more than gratefully pay for. And if I sense any further disturbances or any environmental impact from this park, there will be further punishments, payments imposed.
Have I got a staff blueprint ready? Yes. But I'm not totally sure if that one there actually has a staff building in it, if that makes sense. Maybe it does. Yeah, looks like it. There we go. And it's got to have a capacity of 6. Oh, it has done. Since we've got a tick there. Right, so where are we now? 27th of May. So we need to get to the 31st of May and then we can train those staff. So let's just speed things up. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the new features that the DLC's got available. But we'll take things one step at a time. Okay, so that's Ecto 1. But I can't do anything with it. Like I said, I think there might be a way to drive Ecto 1 around. But it's probably not this one. Okay, so let's head over to the staff here. And to janitors. And if we go ahead and select one of these. Let's go for Jai Hairston first. We'll train. Train them both. Hey, you're not too happy. Maybe need a bit of a rise. Yeah, we'll give them both a rise since they're getting trained. And they'll need to go to the staff building to receive their training, of course. So let's speed things up again. We've now got $29,000. So we are making pretty decent money, it's got to be said. How's our queues looking for our new rides? Yeah, pretty full for that one. People don't seem to care about this. That's because it's closed. I forgot it was on test mode.
You think I'm not onto your trick, Stance? Because I am.
Ah, we've done it.
And this time, I won't fall for them, or stand for them, or take them lying down, and I'm not bending over backwards either.
So basically, you're doing nothing.
Exactly. Wait.
Okay, so we can actually go ahead and
I don't
take
wanna
control of
brag,
this.
But I'm something of a marksman when it comes to the particle thrower. I can hit pretty much everything with it, which sometimes, admittedly, can be a problem. I've set my best score on the shooting ride. Care to see if you can beat it? Just remember, you're playing with fire. Okay, more accurately, an unlicensed nuclear accelerator, so, you know, be careful.
Okay, so we actually get to do this ourselves by accessing the shooting ride and triggers. Okay, so we've got the mouse cursor here. And we just basically click. So we've got to get 2,800 points. I've no idea how difficult or how easy this is going to be. I've literally never done this. But I knew you was able to do it. And at least now we know how. Alright then guys, wish me luck. We're going to shoot some ghosts here. See if we can beat Ray's score of 2,800 points. And we're beginning in 2 seconds. And we're off. Go, go. Give me some ghosts. Ghosts, ghosts. We've got a score of 10. So a bit of a ways to go here. Okay. 50. Oh, I'm guessing Slimer would give you a lot of points. No, he gives you 30, so a little bit more than the others. So yeah, this is just like those shootout rides that you get in real theme parks, isn't it now? They don't stay around long. Nice, 240 points now. I think we've got everything so far. Whether there's a multiplier or something you're supposed to build up, I have no idea. Come on, anything else? Anything else? Come on, come on, come on. Nah, that's it for this section. Oh, so many ghosts. Where's Slimer? With his 30-point score. Oh, there he is. Pew, pew. I think this is the first time there's been an actual mini-game in Planet Coaster. I could be wrong on that, so let me know in the comments section if I am, guys. Can we shoot Gozer? No, it's ghost only, unfortunately. Don't cross the beams. Or the streams, I should say. Don't cross the streams. Well, so far I think I have shot everything. But got a long way to go yet. Mind you, we've got the Marshmallow Man coming up, haven't we? I wonder if he gives you a lot of points. We've still got like 2,000 to go. Can we shoot the dog? Die, die! Okay, well we can't shoot Marshmallow Boy, but we can shoot all the ghosts around him. Yeah. Right, 1,000. How the heck are we supposed to do this? Okay, isn't that the last scene, from what I remember? Unless you get a bunch of points at the end. How in the world are you supposed to get to 2,800 points? Let's see what happens. Yeah, nothing happens here. Oh, the Slimer at the end. Ah, no, you don't get anything else. Okay, I did get Slimer at the end for an extra 100 points, but that only brought us to 1130. Oh, I don't want to do this again. Okay, right, so, that's going to be hard, isn't it? Yeah, we weren't even halfway to the high score. We didn't even get number 3. We didn't even get into 3rd place. Yeah, if you've got any advice or tips, guys, on what it is that I missed there, I'd be really interested in finding out, because I'm, you know, pretty sure that I've shot pretty much everything. Unless, like I say, there's a multiplier system that I'm missing out on, that I didn't quite understand, but I couldn't see anything obvious. So yeah, I'd be interested in knowing exactly how that works. But at least the minigame itself seems pretty fun. And I think we'll finish things off there for today, folks. So we'll carry on trying to figure out how to get the high score for that particular objective in the next episode. Alright, thanks for stopping by today, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.